Hi everyone, welcome to MIFF Webinar 4.0, titled Effective and Direct Marketing Strategies in the New Norm. My name is Celine and I'll be your MC for this webinar. Before we start, I would like to mention some housekeeping rules for this webinar. All microphone and video of attendees have been muted. If you have any questions to ask our speakers, do list them down at the Q&A box. We will have a Q&A session after all speakers have presented. If there's any internet disruption during the webinar, please be patient and try to sign in again. Now, without further ado, I'll hand over the floor to Ms. Karen. Ms. Karen, the floor is yours.
Hi, good afternoon. A very warm welcome to all the audience who signed in to today's webinar. I'm Karen. Okay, today, this is the fourth edition of the MIFF webinar series. So we will talk about effective and direct marketing strategy. So since the pandemic, we as the organizer of the Malaysian International Furniture Fair didn't stop our efforts in assisting our community. So we have started on our digital journey since April, which we have launched our first digital showrooms and followed by our webinar series. So we have talked about topics about the landscape of the furniture industry for future, the design for the era in COVID era, and also the business model of online and offline. And today we are going to talk about marketing strategy. So besides all these digital efforts, we also already successfully launched our first ever virtual exhibition, MIFF Furniverse, in the month of August. So MIFF Furniverse actually has connecting the buyers from around the world with furniture producer in Malaysia. So we have received buyers from 84 countries and regions sign into this platform and do business with our exhibitor. So we have successfully generated $1.16 million of sales during the Furniverse in August. So we are going to launch our second editions of MIFF Furniverse in March next year. So please keep an eye on our updates in your email. So today, we are very honored to have invited 3 professionals, okay, to share with us their views and their experience in marketing. So first of all, we'll have Ben Wee Chai from Hong Kong. Ben is the Vice President of International Marketing and Corporate Communications of Informal Markets Asia. And Ben is always keep very updated with the latest marketing tools, the marketing efforts, and make sure that our marketers are well prepared for this. So later, Ben will share with us what is the effective marketing strategies in the new norm. Our second speaker is Mr. Iko In. Iko has founded his In Publishers in the year when he is 22 years old. So he has a vast experience in marketing. So be it traditional print marketing or the digital marketing. And Iko is the most active key opinion leaders in interior design in Malaysia. So later, Iko will share with us his experience and his tips of how to conduct effective marketing in the online world. Lastly, we'll have Paham Mansoor from Singapore. He is the Associate Director of Product Procurement of Hamlet. And Hamlet is the co-living space operator where their business covered in Singapore, Australia, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Thailand, and now Malaysia. So they have to source a lot of furniture. So Paham will have a lot of experience in sourcing furniture, and he will share with us what are the tips and what are the pain points that he experienced and to share with the audience so that we can actually conduct a very effective and efficient sourcing and selling process in the future. So without further ado, I'll now pass on the floor to Ben. So Ben, over to you.
Hi, folks. Hello there. Thank you so much, Karen, for this wonderful opportunity and that lovely introduction. And folks, it is my absolute pleasure to be here today with my panelists. Hopefully you'll get something out of this session. And as Karen mentioned, my name is Ben, and basically what I do is I coach marketers from all around our company, all throughout Asia, on how to do better marketing. And I believe in this concept of the everyday marketer, meaning that all of you out there are also marketers, whether you believe it or not. I know that can be very daunting with all these new techniques in digital marketing and social media to get wrapped up, but I'm here to help you to know to take the next steps in marketing your own product and brand a little bit better. So let's get right into it, yeah? So where were we before? I think it's pretty simple, right? You guys have maybe manufacturing some furniture, maybe this lovely yellow couch here. Perhaps you have a storefront, yes, or a warehouse. People come, a showroom, people take a look, see what you got, and you get to place orders. And likely like your lives are even better because you get to exhibit at some fantastic fairs such as MIFF. You get a nice booth, more buyers come from all over the world, and what? You place more orders. But now with COVID, the whole world has changed, right? So let me ask you, does your scenario look like this? You still producing some of those fantastic sofas, your warehouse is closed, your inventory starts to pile up. Huh? Where you want to be, or what you're trying to do at this point, I believe, is you're trying to get some of that inventory out of the warehouse and to place some orders. Now you're gonna do this all online and digitally, which makes things much more difficult as people can't see, feel your product, your fantastic product. So that is where our lesson in direct marketing will start today. And I think that's what many of you come for. Now I'd like to start off with one of my favorite topics on digital marketing or any type of marketing. You need to have a proper home base, which is your website, yeah? So here's an example of a beautiful website from a company called Made in Home. It's in the United States. And I want to explain a little bit, talking about why it is so important to have a proper website. You should really think of your website as the home of all of your other digital marketing efforts. It is also a virtual representation of your company and your brand. So whatever you want people to think about with regards to your products, the quality of your furniture, it's represented first on your website. It also tells the industry, what do you as a company have to offer the rest of the world? Secondly, it's a tool where you can be found. The fantastic content on your site, you can be found with search engine optimization, through Google. It's also another way for your potential customers to engage with you. Now, when you have a great website, it can also act as a funnel to gather more potential buyers. We'll get into that in a little bit. And finally, when you have a good website, and I tell all marketers this, when you start with a good website, good content, that good funnel, then you're ready to place in all those other areas of digital marketing, like social media marketing, email marketing, adding on paid ads. Now, of course, you can still do these things without a great website, but I don't recommend it. I think many of you out there already have a website, right? And the question I always get from marketers, from different clients is it good? Is my website good? So let's take a quick look at what's good, better, and very good. So I want you guys to think about this. It's very easy to get overwhelmed, thinking, I gotta do a website, I gotta make it fantastic, I gotta have platforms of commerce. Whenever you feel lost, start with these ideas. Think of your purpose, functionality, then form. Purpose, functionality, then form. So I'll take you walk through this on the most base case to the more advanced case, yeah? First case, if you have no website at all, or you have some sort of web presence out there, but it's a little bit shaky, do these. Number one, consider a proper URL and a hosting service. Now, human readable URL should be really important. It should be maybe the name of your company, yes? And if .com URL domain is too expensive for you, it is perfectly fine to have a .my, right? Now, proper hosting services will do wonders for you as well. There are many great tools out there to help you get started. If you don't want to hire a developer, if you don't want to go third party, many great tools like Wix can be used to build websites very quickly. Now, the next step, that sounds pretty basic. The next step is actually quite important. And I tell marketers this all the time. When we do exercises, I say, why don't we pause for a moment and why don't you think clearly about some thoughtful content? Yeah, you know in your head who you are. You know that your furniture is great. You know you have these years of history, but the people out there don't. So it takes time. It's worth it for you to take the time to gather your thoughts and say, what is it you want to project to the internet, to all the potential buyers out there? Next, it is very important to invest in some good product photos. Again, your website, the information you put out there is a representation of your brand. And investing in good product photos will last not just for your website, but in many other marketing collaterals to come. And finally, sounds so obvious, but you'd be amazed how many websites do not have good enough contact information, right? So you're having all this effort to make, you want to make yourself easily contactable or able for buyers to find you and inquire more about your furnitures. So that's pretty base case, yes? For those of you who have no website presence, whatever, follow those steps. Next up, the medium case. So you have an existing website, but it needs more depth, right? You have everything from number one. Well, start organizing more detailed and segment information about your products and services. If you offer different product lines, categorize them, thematize them. These are office furnitures, these are dining furnitures, these are more modern types of work from home furniture, yes? You would add more categories for your products, more details and specifications. The more detail and specifications that you could offer regarding your product, that virtual interaction gets smaller with the clients. They can actually measure their own home, measure the space they're looking for to outfit a new hotel or place. So more information is always good as long as it's very well organized. So now start to add some more services. You know, listing services, quote services. There's lots of widgets out there that can maybe show different swatches. So you see how it's an add-on. It's building upon the most simple to a little bit more elaborate. Now let's look at the more advanced case, yeah? Number 3, so you have all these things, you have great content, now you want to drive more leads. So consider adding e-commerce engines to your website, yes? You can also do more push forms of marketing. So remember what I said, your website is the home of all of your digital marketing. When you have a nice website, all the information for people to discover you more is there. Now you can do push marketing. So push marketing is when you do things like start doing more social media posts, maybe finding some fantastic KOLs like my friend Pamela's Eco to come next, or maybe it's even just paying for some ads. And all these things will eventually drive people to your website where they can learn more information, learn more about your products. But remember, these things do not go well when your home base, your website is unprofessional, lacks good information, and lacks not so good photos. Yeah, let's move along. So we talked about where you want to be, yes? Many of you want to have some sort of digital presence. And no, you don't necessarily have to sell directly online, but you want people to find out about your product, right? Where else do we want to be? Well, as Karen mentioned, there are many fantastic exhibitions such as MIFF Furniverse out there that can simulate the same experience you had to a physical event. Now, I want to spend a little bit of time talking about how to maximize your virtual exhibition marketing experience. For some of you who are thinking about or may have exhibited at other fairs or had some experiences, likely this might have been your first time exhibiting at a virtual trade show. And some feelings you might have is, I'm not so tech savvy, I'm not so digital and marketing savvy, I didn't get the experience that I'd hoped for, I wasn't able to attract as many visitors as I wanted. Well, I think it's very important that we spend a little bit of time talking about how to maximize your experience at any virtual trade show or conference. So you're gonna take a lot of lessons we just talked about on the website front. If you want some tips on how to improve your digital marketing experience for your digital showroom, you have to think about these things. Be selective with which products you want to feature. You gotta think of the context of the visitor who's coming. You want to add, again, clear and attractive photos, which will not be a problem because you've already invested in those clear and attractive photos for your website. Use proper naming conventions and attractive descriptions. The idea is that when you're online, everything is a little bit more compressed. And when you're in a digital showroom, the space you have to advertise is even smaller. So you want to put your best foot forward, your most relevant products forward. Again, your company profile. have a good but brief background about your company, and you want to explain things like what makes you special, yeah? Awards you have won, special capabilities in your manufacturing, and of course, have your contact information. Now, all this sounds pretty straightforward, right? Like, I do that. Well, let's take a look at some examples of people who also, before that, I just also want to show you the same example here is that in a virtual showroom, you do have some selected spaces to display your products and also your brochure. So you want to make sure to choose carefully. Your show front is sort of a window saying, come closer, come take a look at what I have to offer. So here's an example of a bad, actual real exhibitor from another show with a bad showroom. Oh, can you guys spot what those are? One, there's a forgettable company description. Two, they're not using their header banner. So this banner up at the top there is actually a space where they could have showcased how their furniture looks like in a setting. Look at the photos you have here from this exhibitor. It looks like it was taken from like a camera phone or an iPhone. Now, again, you're trying to sell this product, so it's a representation of your company and your brand. Better suited to use professional products. And for your description, you don't want to just do a copy and paste from whatever brochure you had in the past. You want to contextualize it to this moment. People want to know what are your capabilities and what makes you as a manufacturer special. Move along. Good examples. Here's another example of a great exhibitor. So here they use full nice space of their whole area. They show their furniture in a nice setting, and so the buyer can visualize how it can be outfitted. They have nice, beautiful product photos and good descriptions. Now, in terms of their own company story, it's a bit long. It's not the best, but there's some things in this example that I thought was really quite good. It explained the capabilities of the company. They do carpentry design as well. It shows in terms of what is their thought or what is their genre of furniture, what is their artistic point of view. Yep. So my last thing I'm going to wrap up is advanced tips, not just having a good experience, but an amazing experience for exhibiting. Yeah. When you're exhibiting at a show, you don't want just one or two visitors. You want to have many, many people come to your booth, right? So this first tip is actually quite abstract. And it's a tip I always tell marketers. Get in the mindset of your potential customer. Yeah, things are different than they were a year ago, and they'll likely continue to be different. Say that you're manufacturing, that beautiful yellow couch that I just fabricated. Well, now maybe you want to consider showing how that couch that might have been outfitted for homes or offices or restaurants now could be used in a setting like home office. Yeah. So think about again, what is your customer going through at this moment? So other things to be really practical. Yeah. You have to play an active role in your own promotion. Yeah. You want to take the time to plan, create some marketing assets specific to your participation. So remember those product photos again, be selective in what you want to showcase this season. Next, you want to be specific in crafting what type of message about these products you want to feature now. So maybe you had a type of furniture that was meant for a huge corporate setting, but now as companies are downsizing, you may want to say, hey, these are very office grade furniture that can also be used in your home. Yeah. You want to make sure to fill out your virtual booth space very well. You want to invite your business partners to come too. So you have to play an active role, just like if you're at a physical exhibition, yes? MIFF is providing you with a fantastic platform. And so it is also your part to promote yourself so you get the maximum number of visitors possible. So in summary, to get started on good digital marketing, make sure to have an online presence, a website, and a good one, yes? Invest in some good photography, art, graphics, and write some copy that speaks about your company and your products well and clearly. Set up proper channels for your customers to reach you, yes? Maybe a simple contact form. For the more advanced, you can do e-commerce. Think about your customer and what their needs are. Worldwide, trends going on. Engage in additional platforms of marketing when you are ready. So when all the other things are set, you can then start to dabble and see about paid advertising, email marketing, and certainly participate at trade shows. Last but not least, you out there as the everyday marketer, you have to be an active participant in your own marketing and your own destiny. Yes? So that's it from my part. I hope you got something out of today. You can always find me on LinkedIn. And for those of you out there, to make it more engaging, we have a polling question for you. So think about yourselves in my marketing of my own furniture or services company. I always make sure to, 1, refresh my product positioning and key messages regularly. 2, I ensure I have professional looking photos available for marketing use. 3, I review my website is updated, it includes contact information. Or 4, I'd rather not say, but I promise to do items 1, 2, 3. Thank you. What is that? I'm very curious what these results are. Check all that apply. No worries, no worries, folks out there. It looks like unanimously, a lot of people would rather not say, but we'll just keep this between you and I, yes? So take these good tips and good luck to you.
Okay, thank you, Ben, for a very insightful and resourceful sharing. So good website, good photo, good content, and be proactive in your marketing activities. So now we come to invite our second speaker, Eco In. He can share with us the power of branding and how to get ready good content for your marketing. So Eco, over to you.
Hello. Thank you for Karen. Hi, everyone. I'm Eco In. My honor to one of the panelists sharing my little experience with you guys. Hope my sharing can help you guys. Cause 2020 is a new challenge for new normal years. Welcome to digital world. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. The slide can, okay. So, first of all, let me introduce a little bit myself. I'm Eco In, 18 years experience in interior design industry. Okay. So I'm from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, founder of media publishing house. This is me. I'm so proud to receive the higher recognition back in 2013, the Outstanding Young Malaysia Awards. I'm started my media publishing house since 2003. This is my publication. So my magazine and book titles, Creative Home, ID in Design, In-Home Renovation, and so on. So besides that print copy, I also have organized design events, award, expo, TV show, and my conference, IDCon, okay? So now very much focused in digital platform. My website has 50,000 of potential visitor monthly, not just Malaysia, but also international. That's why I have invitation from international shows such as Iceland, M&O, Paris, Shanghai Furniture Show, and many country other shows. Not just visiting and also become their judge for product design, interior design awards as well. Let's start. Ask yourself, do you need branding? Will people think of your brand as soon as they need it? Like when you think furniture, you will think maybe IKEA. When you think about furniture show, you will think MIFF. Are there enough loyal customer? As a factory and retail, do you have enough loyal customer? Will your customer come back to you again and again? Does your product have sales force? Do you have confidence in your product? Does it suit the market? Number 4, is the price competitive? Did you do survey similar product with similar quality, price higher or lower? Your product is like Apple iPhone, no need to do any sales promotion. People will come to queue and buy. Because of their branding, no need to push, just use a pull strategy. Why you need brand constantly? This is very simple. Do a market research and survey. Are your brand having this issue? Number 1, it can no longer reflect your service and product. Number 2, the public has a different perception of your brand. Number 3, overtaken by competitor in the industry. Sometimes your customer don't know what you do. New modern life, not how many experience you have, is your business model, strategy, and branding that customer recognize you. Example, for this design industry, as a customer, you will choose a young designer or 15 years old designer to design your house. Which one you think be more creative and innovative? So branding is about these 5 things. I also said this is very important for every company. Number 1, promotion. Number 2, advertisement. Number 3, logo. And number 4, reputation. And number 5 is a customer care and service. Let's talk about the first impression, logo. We can always change logo, but must have enough bullets to promote and advertise. Otherwise, no one know. Many brands like banking line, car industry also change logo every 10 years or more years. These are the some guidelines. Number 1, keep it simple and tension, and use a classic evergreen font, maximum 2 color or maybe 3. And suitable for any promotion, social platform, packaging, labeling, and website. Okay. So 5 big mistake enterprise often make. Number 1 is not understand the market and demand. Number 2, not keeping up with the trend. Number 3, underestimate customer. Number 4, not USP and no positioning. So talk about the positioning. Also, you must know you are the manufacturer OEM, you target end user or B2B customer, distribution retailer. I always let the end user we always let the end user know about your brand, whether you are doing B2B business only. So this is a different market. I always mentioned time is different now. We need to know about our market. Z generation is a big market. Generation X is a 1965 to 1980. Generation Y is a 1980 to 1995, and Generation Z is a 1995 to 2015, okay, 2015. So Generation Z is a 32% of the world population is Z generation. This is really big market. Okay, 85% or more than 85% Generation Z is favorite website is the YouTube. Facebook is depend on the country. So from traditional to digital, this is a global trend for all young and also people who have a smartphone today. As media, I moved from traditional print to digital more than 10 years. Hope you guys can turn to digital, but not product company change. It's just mentality change, product quality still the same, just the way promoting and marketing. I'm pretty sure you guys know the social media, this icon. These are the very hit social media that you could not miss. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, WeChat, Pinterest, Snapchat, and LinkedIn. 3 major features. Number 1 is active your YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Number 2, average focus 8 seconds, but must be able to attract attention in short time. Number 3 is a content. Is what you need to create. Content is a king. Website, just now Ben mentioned, is very important. Invest your own website is never go wrong. So besides all the social media channel that mentioned personal, for me, website is must have. So besides the invest your website, and also is your intent assistant brand awareness and profile is build trust and confidence. Your websites should have company mission, vision, and your message. For manufacturer, of course, is product is your main key point, product info, design, and story. Different product focus different target audience, like who you target, the gender, female or male, the age groups, it reflect your product design, and profession. Income range is your price range of your product, locations, which country, which city, married status, single or the small house or the family furniture, and race also very important is their taste, like Scandinavian modern design industry, what race it depends their like which style, and the interest. So if you target everyone, you target no one. This is always is a right content, and one post one major message, and keep posting content consistently. It reflect momentum, and algorithm. And try schedule daily or every other days and at least once a week. Sir. This is my rules. Remember this IDA rules. Whatever content you post or create, ideally, it can capture your attention, raise interest, create desire, and turn into action conversion. ITA. So this article, because we are so many years for media, so we know how to brand the article. Let me share about you. When you create a write-up or article, the text is very important. So you need to raise curiosity and interest. Number 2 is a keyword, is know-how, benefit, recommendation, secret, top and best in Malaysia is a best keyword for doing article. And cheap and fast and free, this kind of keyword is help your article can have more engagement. Besides that, this one, because we are in interior and furniture industry, pictures tell you 1,000 words. High quality pictures is must have. So this is a 5 user headline to catch attention. So number 1 is a reverse strategy. So we always ask question. Why Malaysia furniture can be ranking almost the top 10 largest exporter of furniture in the world? Or maybe ask another example, why people ask L-shape sofa? Always maybe L-shape sofa 7 tips. This kind of the question we need to throw to the audience. Number 2 is a raise curiosity. So the example maybe IKEA best selling product is not furniture piece. People will think maybe lighting, maybe bed shape or other things. Or 5 reasons why you desire an aluminium kitchen. So people will think about the reason. We click inside to see your article. And number 3, facts and figures. This is maybe target a lot of the professional. They want to read a report and chat. So because nowadays social media got many news. Professional and people who like doctor, lawyer, they really want to see the report and chat. That's why maybe if you do article, you attach with the chat and report is more convincing. One of the example is IKEA test best-selling product in 2020. And maybe example, now which country state has most the COVID case also can attract people to look into your article. So number 4 is a storytelling. Maybe the history of an in chair, the birth of the evergreen furniture piece. Number 5 is a solution. How to restore a wooden table, how to mix and match your furniture, tips for getting furniture or for small space of the house. I believe you must have fallen for one of this topic, right? So following by video, start with a company video or boss interview, following by key product. Product video is a focal point. We need to create more content, more than anything. This is an example for a lot of the big corporate. Many big corporate and brand have their own video, own YouTube channel. What about you? Let's start today. Like McDonald's, Coco, Panasonic, individual big corporate, you already have their own channel. So I think every furniture industry, showroom and factory, you can have your own channel as well. So after you have your part well, but in today's world, your customer are almost always Googling you before they make a purchase. This is a third-party review. Third-party review can show authentic honor and trust. It brings confidence and credibility. It can also improve SEO performance. Page 1 of the Google is an app mainly by result from publishers. It's one of the most proven ways to increase sales. Choose the right medium, the third-party review from media platform, user, YouTuber, or blogger. The most faster way and easy way. The right medium such as MIFF, Isoloni, Creative Home, Design Boom, Wallpaper, and because of the very important point is they have a trustworthy and reputable. And number 2, huge visitor and database they have. And number 3, the right audience and eyeball. And number 4, high user engagement. This is very important for the right medium. So benefit of branding is, last but not least, this the benefit of branding is, number 1 is recognition, number 2 is loyalty, number 3 is trust, number 4 is value. I will mention our industry is different from other SKU. The product life cycle is very long, not daily consumer, not weekly, and even not yearly consumer. So we build our brand frame is a investment and sustainability. So this is all my sharing today. Here is some creative and image for your delight. This very creative advertisement is a chicken, so it's delivered to your house and IKEA advertisement. And this is a beer and Durex condominium. If you spend maybe $2 and otherwise you need to pay 200 baby chair. So this is a very creative highlight pen advertisement. And the right bottom is Elizabeth, the more important people that we highlight for you, and you need to use a highlight pen. And this is also creative bra advertisement. You put together two party together is more, more nice and more pretty. Okay. And creative packaging as well. Since we are the manufacturer, we are not just using the normal cardboard, and you can think about your labeling and product design and the packaging design. So thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Iko. Thank you for all the interesting examples and the tips and useful guidelines. So our next poll question, are you ready to create an engaging content now? So please cast your vote here so that we can know what is in your mind. So, while waiting for the results of the poll questions, okay, our third speaker, Mr. Paham, will share with us from the point of view of a buyer. So what are the things which is important, okay, for a buyer when they do sourcing, especially online? Okay, before that, okay, 84% of the audience said that they are ready to create an engaging content. This is very positive. Okay, so thanks again for Iko. So now let's we invite Mr. Paham to share with us his point of view. Paham, please.
Good afternoon. Good morning. I know that we are hosting plenty of nationalities: France, UK, Bangladesh, Ireland, and hello to our Mongolian friends. Beautiful countries. Thanks, Iko. Thanks, Informa Market and Malaysian International Furniture Fair for having us. I will take the seat of the angry buyer. I will basically try to share all the frustration and challenges we as buyer are facing into this new era of not meeting our manufacturer anymore, physically meeting our manufacturer. I was basically supposed to have this talk in our booth in Kuala Lumpur in March 2020, but due to the pandemic, we are here. Who would have thought that because of the pandemic, we will miss the long, cold, inhospitable corridors of PWTC in Kuala Lumpur. So my presentation today will be separated in 4 sections. Basically, I will first do a quick self-promo, then I will be sharing what we are looking at, where we should be helped by MIFF or any other exhibitor organizer to meet our our manufacturer. Third point will be the pain point we are having with manufacturer, and 4th point will be the decision-making process. So who we are, what are we doing? Basically, I'm from Hamlet. Hamlet is the biggest property and lifestyle platform of APAC. We are the biggest co-living operator in Australia, Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, and Thailand. To be honest with you guys, we do have a quite sizable budget into our sourcing, and we mainly furnish our houses ourselves. We design and furnish these places ourselves, and we do source all these pieces from Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, and China. As promised, it was a quick self-promo that we had. I will be starting with the first challenge that we have. Well, the traditional way of meeting potential manufacturer factory owners was we are invited by a fair, we we travel business, we stay in a nice hotel, we shake hand, we receive our 10% discount for the container we order. We have done our sourcing for the next year. Sayonara, we're done. We're done. It was the easiest way. It was the easiest way for me and my team. Well, this is no longer valid. We cannot travel and meet and shake hands with our manufacturer. We cannot go and touch and feel the goods, which is one of the main reason I was traveling to basically see the quality of the product I was planning to purchase. With no physical exposition going on, we are missing a forum where we can meet a manufacturer, where we can share with retailers, when we can basically discuss with our competitors, and where we can establish partnership. How can we do it? Where should we meet other manufacturers? Well, this is, in my opinion, a responsibility in the hand of fair organizer, MIFF, that is, in my opinion, supposed to step up their games and need to reinvent themselves. The role of the fair organizer in the new era of e-exposition is not necessarily, as Ben perfectly explained it, is not necessarily just have an online platform where manufacturer will have their page and then you go look. This is not going to be helpful. There is no value proposition for us. Where I, as a buyer, I will see an added value is within the same single page. Looking, for example, I'm looking today for rattan. I should be able to find manufacturer in certain country that are selling rattan pieces. Where is the manufacturer located? Is there any MOQ? Are they open to customization? Do they have their export permits? Who are they working with currently? So those are the questions that, in my opinion, a fair organizer should answer to on behalf of the people they're hosting on their e-exposition. So basically, the whole point is to have a framework where I, as a buyer, will have access to before picking and going into a one-to-one discussion with the manufacturer. Unfortunately, we are dealing with quite lots of inexperienced manufacturers with non-existent marketing capacities. And here is a webinar where MIFF is helping manufacturer. I think today we have 2/3 of our attendees that are manufacturer. These 2/3 of attendees should also learn from this webinar on how to step up their games and how to go digital and help us see their catalogs. As Ben said perfectly, your website is the home of your digital marketing. You should at least have a website. I will go deeper into the pain point that we are having with manufacturer. But to finish with what we are asking fair organizer to prepare for us is basically try to pre-select the manufacturer, the factory owners that are going to be participating to the fairs, so that we have time to basically discuss longer with them and go deeper into our discussion. Previously, we were put on our running shoes, walk for 5 to 6 hours in the corridors of the fair and discover. We need to have this discovery mode available again on an online platform, and this is where MIFF should be helping us to do. Also, a last point for a fair organizer into reinventing themselves, in my opinion, is basically helping us and becoming, for example, a logistic partner. We are no longer on site. Maybe being a payment partner, maybe being a QC partner. We are no longer going to visit the factories. So why not MIFF helping us on setting up a QC company, or maybe referring us to some QC companies so we can do the quality control before the shipment happens. There are lots of opportunities, but one thing that is certain is we are no longer going to go back to the pre-pandemic. No country will accept 150 of different nationalities into their soil. So we need to look at digitalizing more and more all our activities, and buyers first. How can we do that? Is basically technology, but another point is how this technology can help me find the information I'm looking for. So we discussed that MIFF should be putting in place all the information for us, so we are able to access them. Now the quality of the information that is displayed is need to be discussed. As explained by Eco, sometimes there is a mismatch between the available product and the clientele taste. The clientele today is Generation Z, 30% of the population. Generation Z will not accept to have the same furniture than their parents. Unfortunately, today we are facing a mismatch in our expectation as buyer for our clients, on behalf of our clients, and the expectation of manufacturer. I feel that manufacturers are not listening to the audience and to basically their clients. They are absolutely not flexible on MOQ. I know that we have few sofa manufacturers into the attendees today, but I'm sorry, I cannot place order for 3 full high cube because you have decided that within the month of January, you will only be manufacturing that single size of sofa or color of sofa. When I started, I was at that time in the sales part of the business. We will remodel the showroom every maybe 16 months. Today is every 6 months. So every 6 months, we need to have new collection in. But if you impose us on a huge MOQ, we are unable to change and remodel our inventory and our showrooms. So the MOQ is a pain point, and the quality of the information is one of it. Second point will be picking the right channel. Ben said it perfectly. Please make yourself contactable. You cannot not have an email displayed on your website. Sure, you're new in digitalizing your business, but at least make sure I can contact you. At least give us an email. I repeat, WhatsApp, Line, WeChat are not professional channels. We should not be discussing matters with all my teams. We are 20 to discuss within the same WhatsApp group. It is not professional. We cannot store, we cannot look for the information, we cannot share technical drawings, we cannot share pictures. It is complicated. Please provide a right channel and attend to that channel. Do not put just a website or an email address without anybody answering to the emails that is sent to that email address. So please be contactable. Also, another point that might look like very basic is the currency. When we receive prices, and I'm surprised in 2020, we still receive sometimes prices in the currency of the manufacturer. Sorry, I should not be the one doing all the calculation and trying to find a better FX to pay you. You should be giving me the prices either in USD or Euro. That's it. So the currency was another point, another pain point we are feeling. Another aspect is using the right tech. So let's say you have your digital presence, which is good. Now you need to have your product in virtual reality, in 3D, in Matterport, and there are countless options for you guys to do so. A basic picture is no longer valid. A single shot of a product will not help you sell that product. Do videos, go deeper, open the drawers, try to have different angles of the pictures, and the best option will be the 3D, in my opinion. Last one will be answer the clients on a timely manner. Answer us on a timely manner. I can see into our panelists, we have people from France, people from Europe, people from India. I'm sorry, if I'm in the middle of the night, I'm already discussing with your team, I should not be waiting another 24 hours for you guys to get in touch with me. The aspect, I'm not asking for you guys to work 24/7, but imagine you would have a website where I will be able to find all the information. I will not need to send you a personal email to ask about the composition of a fabric. Later, I will show you some example of things that are not going well into our interaction between buyer and manufacturer. So this is a picture of, we are working on a prototype of a bed with a fabric bed head. Basic, not rocket science. Pretty much everybody is familiar with the product. So this is the product that we received. This is the picture we did receive. Again, I did not crop the picture. This is the way the Chinese manufacturer shared with us from on WeChat, which is again not a professional channel. Imagine I'm asking for the gray color. I'm sorry, there is plenty of gray color within the palette of color showed to me. I should at least be able to pick the right SKU. I don't know the composition of the fabric. I don't know if it is water retardant. I don't know if it's stain proof. Pretty much everybody that attended a fair will know that all this information that I'm looking for are at the back of the sample. Fine, but I did only receive a picture. There is no other information attached to that picture. So for me to know if it is fire retardant, I need to write again a message to the manufacturer. Please, can you confirm that this is fire retardant? If the information was provided and sent to me at first place, I will not be bothering you. So you will save so much time and resource, and I will save so much time and resource as well. So make the information available to everybody. Then I have another example of a staining. Basically, we are looking at staining this table in a black tone. This is the picture again I received from the manufacturer. I did not crop. This is the picture we received. Everybody will understand there is an issue with these pictures. Our industry is tied to visuals. We are a visual industry. A bad picture product or no picture product will not help you sell the product. Set up any house photo studio. It's not costly. It literally, setting up a backdrop, green backdrop, will cost you a few hundred ringgits. And it will help you market your product. And you saw with Ben and Eco's presentation that marketing your pieces are crucial. If we don't meet, your product should be highlighting themselves. If I don't have your sales pitch, your product should do it for me. Previously, the product was on the booth. So I, as a retailer, I will buy it and then I will bring it to my country, take nice picture, and then market it, put it in my showroom. It was the role of the retailer. But as we are no longer meeting each other, physically meeting each other, this role of marketing the pieces and taking nice picture of those beautiful furniture is now in the hands of the manufacturer. So please step up your games and try to provide all the information and the pictures for us to make decisions. Let us personalize. That will be the last point in regards of the challenges we do face with suppliers. I'm not even mentioning drastic change in design, right? In 2020, we still have manufacturer asking us to pay $3. I'm not kidding, a manufacturer in Vietnam asking us $3 extra because I'm asking them to add my SKU, internal SKU, and my QR code on the product tag that they are supposed to print on the boxes. They will consider that as being a customization. I'm sorry. In 2020, you should first of all not ask me to pay for that service, and you should not even consider that as customization. It is basic service to your customers. That was the last point between buyers and manufacturer. And to finish my presentation, a pain, like really a painful process. So we did the prototype. We have the product. We have all the specification available, etc. Now we are in discussion for the price and the shipment, etc. You have no idea how painful it is to discuss with someone in another language, in another time zone, in another country, that is unable to give you an answer because he or she need to double check the information to either the sales manager or the area manager or the boss or the whatever. Please make sure that the person that is answering us has a certain latitude and discretion to basically discuss prices, take decision on spot. Again, we are living in different time zone. We cannot wait another 8 hours or 10 hours for that person to look for the information or check the pricing and then get back to us. We have lost 24 hours. Full disclosure, we are bidding with different suppliers. So the faster you reply us, the faster we will pay you the deposit. So to conclude and summarize all we discussed, again, sorry for being negative, but the point was also educate the challenge that we have. To summarize, please listen to your clients. We are going to pay for a product, and we have some right and we have some requirements. Listen to us. Use the right channel and technology. Don't have a WeChat or don't have an e-catalog only available on WeChat. I should be able to have it in PDF through email. And last point, be flexible. Don't try to sell us 10 containers of the same product. We are not looking to have exactly the same product for 10 years because we had to purchase 3 or 4 high cube because you have decided to. And I think I'm done. Voila. Thank you very much for listening to me. And any questions, I'm available offline, online, in Singapore, or any other country. And honestly, I will be really delighted to discuss with manufacturer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paham, for the very important sharing. So I think our manufacturers or exporters out there, this is a very precious information that you can get directly from the buyers. And I think some of the points that Paham mentions will also apply to others buyers too. So Paham has mentioned a lot of challenges that they're facing when they're doing those sourcing. So Ben, okay, can you actually give some quick tips, okay, to the exporters or to our exhibitors on how they can improve or they can actually make themselves better, okay, when dealing with their customers?
For me, yes, Karen. I did have one answer, but actually after hearing Parham's talk, I think it's just so inspiring. Folks, I have like a long list of marketing tips for all of my marketers, but Parham conjures up something very, very important. If you want to do a good job, you have to know your customer. In order to know your customer, you have to talk to them constantly. And what are their pain points? What they're looking for? Now, the secret sauce is this. Once you know those things, like Parham just mentioned about all his pain points, a good marketer, a good salesperson, a good company will answer those problems before a customer even asks it. Yeah. So my biggest #1 tip is understand the mentality of the customer. We know what your mentality is. You want to sell those containers, but you got to understand from their perspective first. Does that answer? That's my best answer.
Yeah, Paham, do you want to add on? Or Eco, do you have any other suggestions for that?
I would say put yourself in my shoes and you will understand how you market your product, and also visual pictures.
Yeah, yes. In fact, I think some of the points that mentioned by Paham, by Eco, or by Ben, they are very fundamental. It's basics if you want to do a good job in marketing. So, and okay, now we are entering the Q&A sessions. So, okay, I have questions for Ben. These questions is we pick up from our audience. Okay, what are the things that I should look into before I start planning my marketing strategy?
Sure, that's an excellent question. And one I get all the time, including what are the best marketing strategies? I always bring things back to basics because I find that marketers or anybody who run really fast, trying to include so many different marketing techniques without getting fundamentally well what their goals are, is running without purpose. So it is worthwhile to take a step down and focus when I start my marketing strategy, ask your questions like this. Why am I doing this? It sounds so basic, but just writing down, I need a website. so people can find me? Or how much money I'm willing to spend. That'll dictate how much resource you're willing to put in, how much money you have. And then altogether, when you list these things down, you're going to start to find many different options. You don't always have to do what the next person is doing. What you have to do what's right for you within your budget, within your goals. And today we talked just about digital marketing, but there's many, many, many different types of marketing. I do, of course, recommend for you to all invest in digital marketing, photos, contact form, all those things we talked about. But planning is the number one. You need to just write down why you're doing this, how much you're willing to spend in terms of resources and money, and what you're going to commit to. Because those things that you do, you want to do them really well.
Okay, next question for Ben also. One of the audience asked, how do you see a successful of a virtual event? Is that visits, leads, or even transactions?
Sure. It depends on who you are, right? So if I'm a visitor, if I'm a buyer, a potential buyer to a trade show, virtual trade show, I want to see as many products as possible. I don't want to have a bad experience. I don't want to, muff around. I want to be able to see new things and hopefully get new connections. And for the exhibitor side, it's also quite obvious. Yeah, it is. I want to meet new people. I want to have a seamless experience. You see this sort of trend here, a seamless experience. And we'll be able to have business, conduct some information, share out there, network in this time where I'm pretty much stuck. From the organizer point of view, yeah, it's when both those two parties are happy, yeah, and that's how we measure success.
Okay, thank you, Ben. Okay, next question is for Eco. Okay, how marketers can humanize and personalize the customer experience?
Okay, so first of all, I think we need to understand who your customer are. So your salesperson must know how to deal with customer emotion is creative person experience, and customer relationship management, CRM, is very important. Always give customer choice, offer your support whether face-to-face or by phone or email, and maybe social media or live chat. Customer expect your business to be there when they need you. So always listen to customer feedback. Yeah.
Okay, so next will also be related with this. Okay, I would like to pose these questions to Paham. Okay, what type of promotion activities would furniture buyers engage? So what kind of activities, promotion activities that will draw your attentions? Can you share with us?
Okay, so there are bad promotions as well. Basically, what I hate is the promotion we have, like 3+1, or you get 20% on the second container. Do not force feed me. I'm not interested. One day I saw in Penang, it was a furniture fair, I saw you buy one bed, you get 2 mattresses for free, which is totally stupid promo, because obviously if I have one bed, I need 1 mattress. Anyway, what I would think that could be very interesting into the new, again, the digital interaction that we have with manufacturer is basically the manufacturer offering us the sampling. For a moment, we need to pay 200% of the cost of the product to do the sampling. What if the manufacturer, instead of doing a promo, offer the cost of the sampling, send it to us for us to check it at our home country before placing the final order? Second point, as a promotion, could be, because we never met, we never shake hands, there is, we need to establish that trust. Why don't you offer us the QC control in an established QC firm in your country? Those could be interesting promo action in the new era. Of course, the 2+1, some people will love it. I'm not going that direction.
Okay, thank you, Paham. Okay, now today we are talking about a lot of marketing efforts, marketing tips, okay, marketing activities. So there is one question here. How do you measure if your marketing strategy is successful? So I believe this will be referred to Ben.
Sure. The category of marketing effectiveness metrics, as Karen knows, we have lots of tutorials on this, but I'll give you the short answer. Yes. It goes back to what I said before. When you create goals as well of why you're doing this, you're going to list in there goals and like, I want to get X number of new dollars, or I want to get X number of new clients interested, or X number of new leads. So that's sort of the end result of your marketing efforts. Are you getting a material sort of return on your investment? On the sort of geeky marketing side, what's fantastic about marketing nowadays is that every single aspect of marketing can be tracked. That's a little bit more advanced for some of you, but as an educated buyer, especially if you're enlisting, advertising or a third party to help you, you absolutely have the right to ask them what are going to be the metrics in which you're going to perform. It's going to be clicks, new leads. So there's lots of education out there that you can. It depends on which level. And if you have if that's sort of a deep question, if you have more questions, you're welcome to message me on LinkedIn as well.
Okay, thanks, Ben. Okay, we have here a question from a buyer. Okay, it's regarding on IDA. So IDA is the concept that just now Eco shared with us. Okay, attentions, interest, desire, and actions. So customer aware and show interest, but it is very hard to close sales. How to push them to do actions? So Eco. Eco, you have to unmute yourself. Yes.
Okay. I think conversion is a really unpredictable, but we can always suggest the client, maybe it's a PWP. If you buy product and attach with some free gift and some service to attach, and maybe you have a duration time to let the audience to have order period. You have get something benefit and some extra things. And actually for conversion for me, because it depends, because if you are the manufacturer OEM to the factory, so because this is the order by monthly or weekly for container to them, so we need to think about which is your target audience. So how to make your target audience order by weekly, you have something extra benefit and extra value added things to them. So maybe you because we have a target audience for the manufacturer OEM and the end user. End user very simple. It's a 1 hour. You need to let them make decision. You need to throw a lot of the promotion and make them take action to turn to the conversion. So but OEM things is different. You need to have something else to attract for the OEM, the long-term relationship partner. It's not easy to give discount to them or give benefit to them. You need to think another way.
Yes. I think that still understand your audience. Okay, yeah. You have to understand your target audience and to provide them what they need, what they want.
Yeah.
Okay, if you think that your product is very good, but you have to make sure that you can actually deliver the message over to your clients. So content is king.
Yeah.
And
we're not talking about the price, we're talking about the value and the service and behind, because we talk about the long-term relationship for the OEM factory.
Yeah. So just now, Eco shared with us the powerful of branding. So to build a successful brand, actually one of the key points actually, how do you tell your story? So to effectively tell your story is so important. So Eco, can you share with us from your experience? So when you deal with those clients, because you do a lot of promotions for those branded products, for those even property. Okay, so how do you actually help your clients to build content, especially engaging content? Yes, Eco.
So create story is very important. Just now it's from different angle, it's from different country. It's your, it's a, how to, how,
You have to find out the interesting points of your uniqueness of the product, right?
you need to think about your USP. So you need to set your target. So you only can create something, because I always mention that one article, one selling point, and one video, one selling point to attach group by group people. We cannot have one message to all, can kill all the, can close to all of them. So that's why we only mention that if you target everyone, you can target no one. So that's why the message, the selling point is very important to them. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Iko. Yep. Okay. Talking about marketing strategy, a few of our audience are interested on the what is the best marketing strategy, okay, during this pandemic periods, and also when a company is facing a recession, and how to respond, okay, to rapidly changing reality. So Ben, can you help?
Ooh, that is a loaded question. Very good one. Sure. What is the best marketing strategy? Okay, I'm gonna answer that in two different ways. I'm gonna tell you what is the best marketing, regardless of online or digital, and that is word of mouth, your reputation. Yes, and it really inspired me also again, the examples that Parham gave about, the examples I gave was just about, it's really just the first starter, having a website popper. Yeah, that's your first look into a brand. Yeah, when someone looks at you, but all those other things that you do. Your level demonstrates your professionalism. Are you going to respond in a timely way? Are you going to provide all the good information that a person's asking for? You're smart people. We're all smart people. We know when we've had a good experience and a bad experience, and we will remember those good experiences. But I would want to work with that person again. They didn't charge me $3 to add my QR code onto that box. And in fact, they suggested that ahead. Remember that tip? Know your customer and solve their problem before they ask for it. The next question is how to mobilize quickly during COVID. Yes. Well, again, and part of my discussion is always about techniques, but in the time that I have for you today, for all of you out there, you have to take a moment to reevaluate yourself. Absolutely. I'm not going to say stop this moment and say, what am I doing now that's not working, and where do I want to be? Yeah. I can't just copy and paste what I have in the past, hoping that things will get better. If I want to have an online strategy, I have an abundance of time right now, so I might as well do it correctly. So my advice, actually, my advice is absolutely reinvent yourself. Yes, yeah, take the time to do that.
Okay, thank you, Ben. Hey, one question for Paham. I think maybe some of the points you already mentioned it during your presentation. Okay, but still they want to find out, maybe you can share more. What are the criteria buyers look into when sourcing for furniture?
Again, it's going to be very Parham-centered answer, but I basically do a reverse engineering. We basically look at where the furniture will be sent to. And for example, if you're looking at sending the item in Australia, we will look at countries that have partnership with Australia, so I don't pay the import taxes in Australia. This is the first point. So I'm already eliminating all the factories that are not answering that questions. Second will be, do they have an export permit for Australia? Will they provide me all the certification and certificate of origin for Australia for me to avoid the very expensive taxes? So it really depends of what you're looking at. But basically what I do is to try to understand where I'm going to be using that furniture, and then try to look at it into the pool of the opportunities we have around us in the region. Of course, it's much more complicated for someone located in Europe.
Okay, thank you. Okay, one more questions for Iko. Okay, I think this audience must be from the bedding, selling beds. Okay, how to enhance the marketing strategy on bedding industry? So can Eco give some tips for this audience?
Okay, actually, I also got a lot of the mattress industry, bedding industry client. So marketing strategy for bedding industry is, especially in Malaysia, you know, Malaysia is a manufacturer of mattress bedding, pretty competitive. There are gel mattress, maybe air bed mattress, water bed mattress, pocket spring, a lot of the mattress and also popular in latex mattress. So how to stand up, and to me it's a unique selling point. Just now I mentioned, what is the unique selling point of a product? How can it help improve people's sleep and affect their live in good ways? So from angle of health, any proven information, you need to have a certificate, and or maybe you sell your product reliability, your company or brand story. So how many years or in a manufacturing industry, and who is your target audience? Your user is maybe hotel or hospital, and end user, you need to specify, and target audience is need to very clear. And these are what I think could help to speak up from your product and stand up among so many competitors. Yeah.
Okay, so we have questions from the audience. I think this one is to Paham. Okay, how will you select or shortlist new vendors if you are not able to meet them physically and vendors are not yet offering digital solutions?
The answer will be very straightforward. Too bad for them. So be it. I'm sorry, but if they are not making the effort to have a digital presence, I can't possibly know every single manufacturer in villages in, I don't know, Ipoh or Penang. This is impossible for us to know. So the least you could do is to use all the tools that are available. And the argument of it is costly, it is complicated is no longer valid. You have so many free and easy tools that are helping you to build your website within 5 minutes, that telling me that you are not online because it's too complicated, I'm not buying it. So if they are not online, unfortunately, they're not going to have a spotlight on them through Google SEO. They're not going to have a presence within the shortlist online and all the aggregations. Unfortunately, no one will know about them, and they will go bankrupt. So you need to meet us where you make yourself visible.
Yeah, you have to help me to help you, right? Yeah. Okay, before we ended today's sessions, I think that our audience shared the same sentiment with me. This is a very useful and very important sharing sessions. So I would like to final round to invite our panelists to speak the one most important point that you think that the audience should take away with them after these sessions, and moving forward, they can do better and excel in marketing. So can I start with Ben?
Thank you very much again, Karen. It's been absolutely a pleasure today. I think my last point, again, I think I'm going to carry out what Pam just said, and in that question regarding, from the exhibitor point of view, I don't have a digital preference. Will someone pick me? Yeah, in these times, and I hope what all of you got in my presentation was, you might not be a super marketing digital savvy person today, but you have to start, yes? And we're not asking you to create like that amazing website with e-commerce platforms, but what you absolutely can do is look up some of these tools out there, create a one-page flat website with a URL, with a company description of who you are, what you have to offer, and how to contact you. It all begins there. So I hope that you guys will take that advice and get started. And good luck to all of you.
Thank you, Ben. So next, Eco, what is your last word for our audience?
So conclusion is we need to understand ourselves and our customer and our market. Then you only can plan your marketing ahead. Yeah.
Thank you. Paham.
I know that we have a lot of manufacturing to the attendees today. I know it's very stressful time for a lot of people. A lot of them were expecting to sign contract for the year to come. At the expo, it's no longer happening. It did not happen in March. I know the pain you guys are going through, but one of the points that I, as a buyer, I'm looking at is the success stories that your client had with your products. So basically, you could and you should use a testimonial of your existing pool of clients into your own marketing, saying, listen, you don't know me, I don't know you. This is what I produce for that guy that is pretty much big into the retail industry. And look how much he appreciates my product and how much he is going to advertise for me without me asking for it. So emphasize on the testimonial and use your existing client as a pedestal to highlight your brand and your factories.
Thank you. So I think the COVID-19, the pandemic has actually affected all of us. Okay, so a lot of new things, we have to adapt ourselves. So I would like to actually urge, to encourage our audience, okay, to embrace the change, okay, to be proactive. And then we have to do more, okay? And we have to really understand our clients and also for us to better prepare ourselves. So we in the MIFF doesn't stop, okay, our efforts, okay, in assisting our exhibitors, our community. So that's why we have our digital showrooms, we have our webinars, we have our virtual exhibitions, because we hope that even though the pandemic has stopped many of our activities, but we cannot stop ourselves. So we have to do anything, okay, that can help, okay, in order for us can move forwards. So with this, I would like to invite all our audience to actually join into the MIFF digital journey. So, and please stay with us for our digital activities and join us, okay, whenever you are free, and do keep in touch. So thank you for all our panelists. So, and thank you for the information or the tips and the guidelines shared today. So with this, I pass over the floor to Celine. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Karen, and thank you to all our speakers for the wonderful session. Thank you everyone for tuning in to the webinar. Hope you enjoyed today's session. A recording of today's webinar will be available and sent to your email soon. Feel free to share this out to those who will benefit from today's session. We would like to invite you to join our community, follow us on our social medias. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you again next time. Bye.